Young world. So by now you heard that Michael K. Williams has passed away, aka Omar from The Wire. I know he was in like a lot of different stuff, but for me, you know what I'm saying, that's where I got introduced to. The Wire was such a good show that for me, everybody on The Wire will always be who they are, no matter what other shows they go on, what other movies they make, you know what I'm saying, wherever they go, they're gonna always be the character from The Wire for me. I got put onto The Wire. I was locked up actually in Lackawanna County Jail in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I was up there for about a little more than a year. And up there, the good thing about Lackawanna County Jail is that they had HBO on the block. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, the Jokers had HBO on the block at Lackawanna. So we used to watch The Wire. That's when The Wire first started coming on, and we like first started seeing it because I think it came out while we was locked up. I didn't hear about it before I got locked up. So we started seeing it. Like, what is this show coming on? So it always came on after lockdown. So we would stay up, or we'd be up anyway. But I want to say it was Saturday nights, Friday or Saturday. Thursday, Friday, or Saturday after lockdown, we will all be tuned in at the our door. You know what I'm saying? Through the window, looking at the wire, trying to hear it, because you can only hear it through the bottom of the door. You know what I'm saying? Because jail is you can't hear it like that. But everybody would be quiet. You know what I'm saying? So we could hear it and watch the show. And I couldn't believe. I remember thinking like I couldn't believe a show like this was on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was like blown away. Like this is everybody's like, what is this? The Wire. Like everybody was like blown away that there's actually a show like this on TV. Kimberly Frazier, how you doing? I seen your video too. I liked your video. And like you said, Kimberly Frazier, I ain't gonna jump to conclusions right now either. But it do seem a little bit weird. But I ain't gonna go in right now yet. But yeah, I was locked up when The Wire came out. Started seeing it then, and I was blown away. Cause the great thing about The Wire was that not only was it the street stuff that was so authentic, it was the behind the scenes stuff. It showed you how the corruption in cities, you know what I'm saying, comes from the top down, from the mayor's office, the police force, you know what I'm saying, everybody's in position, has their hand in drug dealing, you know what I mean? And a lot of the money that was being made on the block was fueling political careers and stuff like that. And this is all real stuff. Like I went to Baltimore when I was young. Baltimore and Camden, New Jersey, for me, are the two most ghettoest places I ever been. You know what I'm saying? But when I was young, I went to Baltimore. My mom's friend, ex-boyfriend, she had actually. You know what I'm saying? But I was like 15. I went down there with him. He's from Baltimore, and like they weren't together at that time, but they was always cool. I was cool with him. This was when I was older. You know what I'm saying? In the streets. So you from Be More Beezy. That's what's up. Shout out to you. So when I went down there, this was before it was way before The Wire even came out. It was exactly like The Wire. That's why when I seen The Wire, I was like, oh, this is exactly. Cause I'm with the Baltimore. I went with him. He's from there, of course, but he knew we went down to the block, one of them blocks where The Wire was shot at. We was going to buy some weed. You know what I'm saying? It was set up exactly like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he knew the people that was down there, but he was like, go over there. I went and bought the weed from the Jokers too. He had me go do it. I grabbed a couple of bags from him, and it was set up exactly like the. I mean, every city's like that. At the end of the day, there's all cities that are like that, but it looked like The Wire because of how the houses are, how the environment is. You know what I'm saying? Of how because The Wire was shot right there in the hood. So I remembered that when The Wire came out, I was like, oh, this is official. But I remember going to Baltimore, and it was just like the first place I ever been that I seen. You know what I'm saying? Where there was like mad little kids trying to pump your gas. It was like poverty beyond poverty. You know what I'm saying? It was like a different level of poverty down there in Baltimore. It was some next level stuff. Hit the like button if you're up in there too. But it was some next level poverty down in Baltimore when I went down there. But so yeah, long story short, when the show came out, I see a couple comments come up, but I'm driving, so I gotta pay attention to the road. But so when The Wire came out, I was locked up and I seen it, and I remember seeing like the first part I seen it. I was like, it looked like Baltimore. So then that was how I really got into it. I was like, oh, that's where I was at in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? And from there, like I said, I got out. Um, of course, caught up with it because I didn't get to see everything, all the episodes when I was locked up in jail. Caught up with the show, and it was one of my favorite shows. But the reason why The Wire ruined a lot of shows, also when The Wire, it was showing that the Franklin Towers was getting knocked. I think it was the Franklin Towers that was getting knocked down, the projects. And the same thing was going on where I was from at the same time. They was knocking down the projects where I was from in Easton. You know what I'm saying? It was called Delaware Terrace Projects. And I was like, oh, this is like, it shows you, it was like real. Basically, what I'm saying is it was so authentic. It was like, was really was going on in different places. They was knocking our projects down at the same time. And they looked like the projects on The Wire. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh shit. So yeah, I was so into the shows that that ruined any other street show for me that came out. Like I liked a couple of them, but The Wire was so good that nothing could compare to The Wire. You know what I'm saying? Like there is some shows I like now that are like Project Heat. I mess with that real tough. Respect Life was real good. Mayhem dudes in Jersey, that was tough. The Terms, that was from New York too. There's a couple good ones that come close that are real good, but The Wire was the first one, so it's hard to like, you know what I'm saying? The Wire is The Wire. And the one thing about the Omar character, I do gotta say in The Wire, like besides the whole gay stuff and everything, that was like one thing to like kind of get used to. Like, but I kind of thought his character was a little bit too tough because I was thinking that I can't see nobody in no real hood like this letting this dude get away with so much. He was getting away with so much. It was terrifying the street so much, and they couldn't catch him for so long. It was like that part of it was kind of weird to me. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it took me a little while to really start liking Omar's character because at the end of the day, he played a good role. Michael K. Williams on that character. You know what I'm saying? As Omar on the Wire, it was a real good role that he was doing. And the one bad thing about the Wire, I do remember they was saying salute to everybody that came through. I see a couple people call. Like I said, I'm driving. I can't really look, but the messed up thing about The Wire, I remember seeing an article saying that The Wire, they wouldn't let The Wire receive any good awards and stuff because they were saying that it was actually shot in the environment, and some of the people like Snoop Pearson, people like that, really was locked up for a body, stuff like that. They were saying that a lot of the characters and the surroundings and the on set was so authentic and from the actual real place that they were saying that it wasn't considered acting because these people were directly from the environment, which is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna give jokers the real awards and rewards and the acclaim they deserve because you're saying it was too authentic. So that was real whack. But we all heard Kimberly Fraser say in her video, we know the real reason why. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really give it the respect that it deserved to show The Wire. But yeah, man, rest in peace to Michael K. Williams. The Wire was one of the greatest shows of all. It's the greatest street show of all time. Like hands down, nothing compares to The Wire. This is the bottom line. But shout out to The Wire, man. Wish they would bring The Wire back. I mean, maybe not because it's really at this point, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to The Wire, shout out to Michael K. Williams. Like I said, I'm going to wait until I start getting too crazy to going down a rabbit hole with the situation. I'm going to wait till some more information comes out to see how it sounds. But I did see that the creator of The Wire is creating a new show called We Own the Streets in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to come out pretty soon, so I don't know. We'll have to look into that. But shout out to everybody that came through, man.